gotta have that season house.
Oh, he's on. You just have it turned down. He's on. It's just we adjust on the fly for now. I'm trying to just set up everything else right now. So.
This person, I'm going to play a few songs. If you don't like it, you can email this kid.
I can't adjust it at all.
Did you figure out a win? Yeah. Take it out the speakers?
Hold on to yourself.
they can adapt and
everybody. Welcome to the graduation ceremony for the 2025 class of Valley New School. Give them a round of applause to get them going. I'm Steve May, and standing behind me is Mike Frohlke, and we were both advisors at Valley New School. And we've had the pleasure to work with all of these kids, either when we were advisors or as the infrequent substitute teachers that come in every once in a while at BNS, and we're happy to be here. We have a couple of people that we'd like to acknowledge tonight to start off. Kay Eggert, if you stand up, please. Say hi to Kay. Kay is the Appleton Area School District Board President, and right next to her is Mike Hernandez. Say hi, Mike. Mike is our Assistant Superintendent and one of the supervisors at Valley New School. We're happy that you're both here, and we appreciate the continued support from the Appleton Area School District. This is the 19th graduating class for Valley New School. And if you take a look up here, by far, they are the best looking.
Very grateful to be here, and when I look around and see people here in the audience and on stage, are really some of the kindest and curious people we meet. Tonight's not just a night for our students, but it's also for parents, advisors, family, and friends. At Valley New School, community membership is highly valued. Not only of our graduates, grown as community leaders through the years, but they have depended on all of you through the years in their journey. I want to take this time to thank all of you for your commitment and dedication and your community membership in your lives.
When we were first starting Valley New Schools 20-some years ago, we borrowed some inspiration and ideas from a fellow educator and author named John Gatto. And now that these graduates here have done what they've done at Valley New School and are entering a new chapter of their lives, one of his quotes especially applies for them, and maybe for all of us tonight. Quote, "Each of us has a design problem to solve, to create from the raw materials around us a curriculum for a good life. It isn't easy, and it is not the same for any two people."
Of course, the same is true for these two people, retired. Even though we've, I guess, technically graduated from VNS, we ourselves are doing projects, guiding people we love. And it's still a matter of seeking out these projects and setting goals to make our lives happy and whole. So all the work that you've done over the years continues. The only difference, of course, is that we do not have to water the time. We don't have to cite our sources, although we think that more people should do that. Nor do we have to prepare to give speeches very often.
You as graduates have amassed an impressive toolkit of skills at VNS, despite some unique challenges over the past several years. You educated yourselves through the COVID epidemic. You had to navigate new territory with the emergence of artificial intelligence. You had to move to a new space. And probably most harrowing, you had to adapt to the changing cell phone policies at Valley New School.
You didn't earn grades most importantly, grown into purposeful adults.
So we want you to enjoy the evening. We're going to have several stories. We're going to have probably a few laughs. We may even have a few tears. Congratulations to the class of 2025. Graduation is not the end of your book. It is just the end of this chapter. Thank you.
Graduation cords serve as visual symbols of academic achievement, excellence, and recognition. Today, on behalf of the junior class, we gift our seniors with graduation cords and certificates to thank them for all that they bring, not just as a symbol of academic achievement, but as an accomplishment of growth in their values and careers. Seniors, please stand if you are able to and give your name. Honoring NEP for their honesty that stands as a testament to their willingness to accept others and passion for what is right. They encourage positivity in the community and stand up as a great role model to students and work hard to share what they believe in. Congratulations, NEP. Honoring Sage for her enthusiasm, which stands as a testament to her outlook on school and life. Sage is an amazing friend and an even better example of the successful student here. Sage's sense of humor has always brought laughter and a sense of community to BNS. Congratulations, Sage. Honoring Evelina for her diligence, which stands as a testament to her commitment and passion towards her work, interests, and community. Evelina is diligent in her efforts and her kind actions. Her personality shows through her laughter, loyalty, and the joy she shares. Congratulations, Evelina. Honoring Isaac for his leadership, which stands as a testament to his kindness and inclusivity. Isaac is a great leader and an even better role model. He never fails to bring us together and lightens our mood. His hard-working, determined attitude is an inspiration to everyone around him. Congratulations, Isaac. Honoring Ash for her generosity, which stands as a testament to her kindness and compassion. Ash is the type of person who always puts others first, making everyone feel seen, included, and cared for. Her warmth and maturity brings joy to every space she's in. Congratulations, Ash. Honoring Savon for her reliability, which stands as a testament to her strong character and solid integrity. Savon leads by example, showing up with a calm presence and steady hand no matter the situation. Congratulations, Savon. Honoring Theo for his expressiveness, which stands as a testament to his assertiveness and creativity. His work communicates ideas and emotions, encouraging empathy. He brings enjoyment to his surroundings, creating a fun and welcoming environment. Congratulations, Theo. Honoring Avery for his sense of creativity, which stands as a testament to his authenticity and artistry. He is unapologetically himself and puts his best foot forward every day as he encourages others to be themselves. Congratulations, Avery. Honoring Rachel for her bold and assertive voice, which is a testament to her honesty, strength, and commitment. She says what needs to be said, stands firm in her values, and shows up with heart every time. Her realness and dedication stands as a testament to the positive impact she has on everyone around her. Congratulations, Rachel. Through her willingness to support others without hesitation, her kind nature shows. With both her words and actions, she's a leader. Congratulations, Keegan. Honoring Milo for his optimism, which stands as a testament to his way of moving forward and setting an example for his fellow peers. He strives for inclusion and tries to see the best in people. Milo can bring a smile to your face even on a bad day. And for that, we appreciate him. Congratulations, Milo. Honoring Nathan for his tenaciousness, which stands as a testament to his presence and larger-than-life personality. Whenever he walks into a room with a group of people, he somehow makes the whole place come alive. His energy, humor, and presence instantly make everything more fun, engaging, and unforgettable. Congratulations, Nathan. Honoring Phoebe for their creativity, which stands as a testament to their heartfelt expression and the beauty they bring into the lives of others. Their creativity isn't just a talent, it's a gift they share freely, touching hearts and inspiring those around them. Congratulations, Phoebe.
All right, seniors, are you ready for your diplomas? Our first graduate of the evening is Nat Hale. I've had the pleasure of knowing Nat for just 2 short years, but in that time, we quickly connected over a shared love of art, especially sewing and felting, and Nat's determination to gain more independence, starting with a butter wheelchair. Look at it. It's been a joy to celebrate that milestone with them, to get to know them, and to witness their incredible growth into a fierce advocate, not only for themselves, but for others as well. Advocacy is the thing that stands out most when I think about Nat. They began by learning to advocate for their own needs, something they acknowledged as a growing skill in their introductory letter to me last year. And I could see it right away. That confidence and clarity expanded over time, and Nat soon used those skills to speak up for causes they cared deeply about. One powerful example was Nat's speech last year on the environmental impacts of outdoor cats. This passion grew into their senior project on felinology, where they explored cat care through the lens of evolutionary biology, advocating for more informed and responsible care practices. Nat has even shared their dream of opening a cat shelter someday, and I truly hope they can see that dream come to life. I know it would be a joy to both you and the cats, but I don't know about your cat. Well, they might not be together. That further strengthened their advocacy work through the CARES Summer Workshop, where they collaborated on research about mental health in schools. Their team presented thoughtful articles to educators, and that continued to their involvement with the organization throughout the year. Looking ahead, Nat plans to continue helping others by supporting their mom in starting a therapy business, a natural next step in the journey of service and advocacy. Before I close, I want to share a memory and a quote, both inspired by Nat's early days here. Their first advisor, Kristen Blum, recalled that Nat's 2 great loves were art and cats. Hasn't changed much, huh? Kristen thought that as an artist, Nat may have especially appreciated the Vincent van Gogh exhibit on their first all-school field trip. Maybe a little bit more than the Milwaukee Brewer game, maybe. So she wanted to leave Nat with a favorite quote from Vincent van Gogh, which captures both Nat's courage and their vision. The fishermen know that the sea is dangerous and the storm terrible, but they have never found these dangers sufficient reason for remaining ashore. Congratulations, Nat. We're so proud of you. They were often initiated by Sage, usually with a heads up, like, I'm gonna need an extra long meeting this week. And when she arrived, it was with a clear agenda, ready to take notes and map out a plan. It was fantastic, very Sage. This is how Sage approaches most things in life. She identifies a problem, dives deep into research, and then develops a bold, creative solution. Solutions that aim not to just fix a moment, but to transform systems and make a real impact. This was evident through her senior project, The Ripple Effect of Climate Change in Oceania. I can't help but think that her international travels have helped shape this wide-angle global perspective. Over the past 2 years, Sage has struggled a great deal. She worked through the challenges of multiple concussions, pushed herself with honors and college-level courses, and accomplished the oppressive feat of graduating a full year early. At the same time, she contributed to the VNS community by leading Spanish circles and multiple other clubs and groups. None of this would have been possible without Sage's thoughtful organization, her ability to take in feedback, and her openness to coaching. Through all her efforts, Sage tested her limits, struggled, stretched, and grew beyond them. I have no doubt that she will continue to set high goals and reach for them with the same tenacity. My greatest hope is that she never loses that deep belief that she can overcome any obstacle and achieve whatever she puts her mind to. Now I'd like to share a message from Sage's first advisor, Kristen Blum. Sage and I worked together for only 1 year, but I remember her as an avid reader and a deep thinker. That year, our advisory read was Tuesdays with Maury by Mitch Albom. While many know the book for the life lessons shared between Mitch and his dying professor, Maury, there was one story I'd like to remind Sage of today. The story is about a little wave bobbing along in the ocean, having a grand old time. It's enjoying the wind and the fresh air until he notices the other waves in front of him, crashing against the shore. My God, this is terrible, the wave says. Look what's going to happen to me. Then along comes another wave. It sees the first wave looking grim, and it says to him, why do you look so sad? The first wave says, you don't understand. We're all going to crash. All of us waves are going to be nothing. Isn't it terrible? The second wave says, no, you don't understand. You're not a wave. You're part of the ocean. Congratulations, and good luck next year at Mars University Stage. Our next graduate is Evelina Cibula. Evelina has been part of VNS for the past 6 years, and I've had the honor of being her third advisor. Something her first advisor, Stephen A., said about her stuck with me. I just needed to get out of Evelina's way and watch her thrive. This sentiment perfectly captures Evelina's spirit. Whether it was grit built through years of dance or shaped by life experiences before coming to VNS, Evelina arrived with the drive to set ambitious goals and the determination to build a plan and follow through. The growth I've witnessed most in Evelina over the past 2 years has been her deepened commitment to the VNS community and her dedication to shaping its future. She didn't just participate, she contributed. She brought a strong sense of vision to everything she did, and her personal projects to her involvement in making school better for others. As a new advisor, I often look to Evelina for insight on how things worked at VNS. She understood what mattered, and she made it her message to preserve that spirit. One of the most visible ways she did this was through her leadership on ACE, Active Input in Student Affairs. Evelina wasn't just a member, she was a driving force. She called meetings, gathered students, and guided thoughtful conversations about how to improve the school. Her dedication to collaboration and her ability to turn ideas into action left a lasting impact. Evelina job of weaving her passion into her learning. Her long-standing love of dance and interest in physical therapy were central to many of her projects. She had a deep thirst for knowledge and a talent for turning ideas into reality through thoughtful, careful planning and reflection. Her senior project, Harmony and Movement, was a beautiful culmination of her work at VNS. Through it, she combined her passions, researching the intersection of sports, dance, and physical therapy, leading workshops, and creating a presentation that was engaging and accessible to all. Perhaps most impressively, she did it with remarkable composure. Adelina clocked over 300 hours for her senior project with minimal stress. Thanks to her methodical approach, clear mini goals, and regular reflection. I know these skills will benefit her next year as she studies dance and kinesiology at UW-Madison. Adelina, I leave you with a message from one of your past advisors, Kristen Lund. Music playlists were a part of our advisory, and it was not long before Adelina and I realized we shared a love of the Abbott Brothers. So it's only appropriate that I choose a lyric from one of my favorite songs to dedicate to her on graduation day. While the title, Head Full of Doubt, Road Full of Promise, may say it all, the lyrics are my wish for you. Now, Kristen wanted me to sing this, but I'm sorry I can't. If you're loved by someone, you're never rejected. Decide what to be and you'll be it. Adelina, you've already decided what to be, and you're well on your way. I can't wait to see you for your passion, discipline, and heart. Congratulations. All right, the last Fornis Advisory graduate is Isaac Wright. As I sat down to write these remarks, I found myself struggling to capture just how profound an impact Isaac has had on the VNS community. How do you put into words the kind of transformation I've witnessed in just 2 years? During his past 6 years at VNS, Isaac not only discovered his voice, he used it to share his insights, model self-reflection, and demonstrate a sincere desire to become a great human being. I could talk about Isaac's academic growth, his deepening passion for architecture, and his consistent creative project work, and all of that is worth celebrating. But what stands out even more is the person Isaac has become and the powerful impact he's had on our community. Isaac brings vision and purpose to everything he does. There is always a why behind his work. I first saw this clearly during the proposal for an urban planning project. He spoke about growing up on a military base and how the design of that community, the shared space and sense of connection, left a lasting impression on him. That early experience planted a seed, the belief that design can bring people together. That belief continues to shape his actions, whether it was in advisory, always giving us the weather report, or asking thought-provoking questions, in his work on ASA, or his leadership in Culture Club, especially when he ate them. Isaac consistently brought people together. He created spaces for others, encouraged thoughtful conversations, and modeled what it means to lead with both heart and intention. His senior project, Structural Harmony, Integrating Design and Infrastructure for Urban Well-Being, was the perfect culmination of his journey. He explored a wide range of questions, but the ones that truly fired him up were always centered around people, on the way designs can serve communities, increase access, and create harmony. Isaac will begin the next part of his journey at Fox Valley Technical College before transferring to UW-Milwaukee, studying to be an architect. I have no doubt he'll bring the same thoughtfulness, purpose, and community-minded spirit to that path. And I can't wait to see the spaces he creates and the lives he changes along the way. To close, I'd like to share a message from one of Isaac's former advisors, Kristen Blum. With Isaac's passion for architecture, his deep wonder of the world around him, and his creative soul, I leave him with a quote from the famous architect and Wisconsin native, Frank Lloyd Wright. A great architect is not made by way of a brain, nearly so much as he is made by way of a cultivated, enriched heart. Isaac, thank you for sharing your heart with us. We're better to come.
I just want to really quickly just say, like, thank you to all the people, like, everyone. And I mean that. I mean everyone. I mean my friends, people that I hate, people that have given me troubles. You have made me who I am, and I am going to forever be grateful of that. So, thank you.
Good evening. It's my privilege to speak about 4 wonderful humans. First graduate I present tonight is Ash Meredith. Ash matriculated at Valley View School as a 9th grader, immediately showing she was incredibly creative, intrinsically motivated, maybe not right at the beginning, diligent, and genuinely interested in continuous growth. Initially, she was not pleased to be at Valley View School. Her mom had made the decision, and Ash soon realized, however, she had been given autonomy and agency, and she took advantage of that. Her passion for visual art was immediately evident. Research projects at this early part of her career focused on observation, drawing, building skill with various pieces of software. She truly utilized her passions to grow her artistic skills and herself. In grade 10, this new passion bloomed. She knew she was on a path to set goals, implement plans, and achieve them. Her beginning of the year letter to me stated, "I'm done falling behind and I want many successful school years for myself." And then she went ahead and made that happen. Ash intentionally developed herself in every way she could think of. Deep reflection is perhaps her greatest strength. During each project, she selected focus skills that she actually remembered and followed through on by the end of the project. That doesn't always happen. She grew habits of self-efficacy. Things that might seem a bit less important, but made her feel good, like health and beauty, and reading self-help books that year for her literature project, which led to the design of personalized tools like a habit tracker and her own reflective practices in the PLP website. The practice of tracking opened the door to even deeper reflection and new methods. Her website, as I mentioned, is highly developed. There are sections for weekly written reflections, inspirational quotes to guide each project, photos for inspiration, and more. Along the way, she has made excellent use of advice from mentors. Her uncle, a university art professor, her grandmother who tutored her from Florida via Zoom in math for several years. Ash went on to conquer mindless scrolling, getting rid of TikTok. She conquered her struggles to wake up in the morning, eat healthier, manage money, and got a job at Eco Canada. Personal development, however, just didn't stay inside. It grew into community contribution. Ash has been a dedicated volunteer for 3 years at a local food pantry. She's been an advocate and an awareness promoter in our book group for justice. And she's been a strong role model for her fellow advisees, always grounded and tactful in her responses. All of that has led her this year to a wonderful senior capstone project entitled Real-Time 3D Modeling, Merging Artistry and Technology, which culminated in a research paper on the negative impacts of AI on creative fields, 3D models of environments that hopefully will one day be in her first actual video game creation. And that's just one example of the outstanding work that Ash has done. In her year in review conference yesterday, mysteriously, by the way, I noticed today that all my seniors had scheduled their conferences yesterday. Oh, very strategic, very strategic. Yesterday, Ash revealed continuous and consistent improvement over the 4 years in all of the rubric marks in every category, ending in the advanced box in all categories. She met every goal that she had set this year. In her end-of-year analysis, she wrote, "There will always be room for improvement and ways I can take my skills and ability another step further. That step will take her to the University of Wisconsin-Stout, where she will pursue a bachelor's degree in video game design and development, eventually leading, I predict, to an excellent career at a top game company." Ash Nervils, congratulations. I would now like to honor Savan Shorter. Savan has been with us at ENS since 7th grade. I know her to be insightful, compassionate, interested in continuous growth, and open to possibility. In her very first beginning of the year letter, she said, "I am very new. So far I like it here, but it will be a struggle to try and figure out a new schedule. Today is the first day of school, and it's already fun, but I'll see where the rest of the year goes." Open to possibility. By October, in another document she had written, "I think all of the things at VMS will nurture any student to become independent and help with college or any opportunity." You predicted correctly. Project-based learning comes naturally to Savan. Her experiences and conversations are just simply opportunities to learn new information and skills. Some examples of that are she volunteered at Feeding America, which then led to projects in food poverty and baking. The baking. If you haven't tried Savan's pumpkin bread, you are missing out. TV programs led to investigations of criminology, criminal psychology, and astronomy. Conversations with relatives became in-depth explorations of pregnancy, the Salem witch trials, the Atocha shipwreck, and literature projects focused on the work of various recommended authors. As she soaked up all kinds of intriguing information, Savan was also working hard to develop her organizational and management skills. She used thoughtful reflection and grew her intentional goal setting. Every project she completed at Valley New School demonstrated advancement in at least one area of our performance rubric. And by the time senior year rolled around, Savan was ready. Her project, Understanding the Cycle, a comprehensive study of crimes and criminal justice, integrated her passion for criminal justice and her deep desire to improve the world around her, which leads us to her commitment to service. Empathy, compassion, and coachability are some of Savan's hallmarks. course, this made her a gentle and thoughtful new student mentor. Students still request to have Savon help them with math and other things, sometimes cleaning desks, everything. She does everything. Starting in 9th grade, she said, I still feel like a mentee, but I think mentoring might help with all that this year. Yeah, sometimes teaching others teaches you, right? Last summer, Savon stepped out of Valley New School and into the community. She worked as a lab technician intern with ThedaCare. She was selected as a student research fellow for CARES and did the 3-week summer research institute, and then was like 2 more of her fellow graduates presenting their findings throughout the school year to local educators. This year, she took on co-leadership of Allies Assemble, a new student-run group aimed at educating their VNS peers about underserved populations and the social justice issues that affect them. Next year, she steps further. She's accepted to 7 colleges, and Carroll University will be very lucky to have you. I will miss our conversations, but new dialogue awaits. You have new adventures and achievements and competitors for bananagrams in your future. Savon wrote in her end-of-year analysis, I want to make sure that I want to make sure that I impact someone using whatever skill I choose to pursue. Congratulations, Savon.
I'm also going to talk about my life a little bit. My entire childhood, I spent all of my time at my grandparents' house. I walk in and see my grandpa. He'd go, hey, Vaughn, did you graduate yet? My thought process would be, I'm 12 and you know this, why are you still asking this? But I would humor him and just respond, no. I guess my point is that both him and my grandma played a major part in my life, and they were a major part of me. I just wanted to let them both know out loud that I did it, and I finally graduated. And I hope that they are proud of me. Thank you.
My 3rd graduate is Theodore Sickler. He matriculated at Valley New School as a 9th grader. He is an artist, an advocate, a valued hot topic employee, a lover of frogs and cats. In his first beginning of the year letter, he wrote, my goals for the future are to get into art school, to create an animation or comic, and learn how to speak a lot of different languages. Theo, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Theo has an incredible passion for visual art. He has examined and explored digital drawing, graphic novel creation, the analysis of lighting in Disney and Pixar animation, anatomy and figure drawing, printmaking, and character design. He has a strong ability and keen sense to grow on past skills, and it just sort of happens naturally, yet intentionally. He has been honored to have a piece hang in the AASD boardroom for a year, and last year he designed our yearbook cover. Last year he also challenged himself by attending Renaissance School for the Arts in the afternoons. This was a forced advancement in his time management skills, as well as skills in art, theater, music, history, and literature. Last summer, he was accepted to the Minnesota College of Art and Design Summer Pre-College Program, traveled there and immersed himself in the study of illustration. led into his senior project entitled Comic Art and Illustration, Visual Storytelling, in which he created, from many different angles and perspectives and thought lines, characters, beautifully drawn, plot line, detail, layouts for his first graphic novel. Theo was accepted to 10 different colleges, but he will attend Minnesota College of Art and Design next year. In addition to his artistry, MCAD is getting an involved member of the community, Shonet Valley New School, in many ways, including Cabbage, our advisory bonding committee, and book group for justice. They are also getting, in Theo, a full participant. Theo, we will miss your contributions in advisory and book group. Your discussions were always fuller because you were there. We will also miss Theo's great sense of humor. There's always some shenanigans going on over by your desk, and I don't know what I'm going to do now, but that's not going to be going on. And in our shared weekly goals slideshow, there was something popping up, or maybe it's just leaving a lasting legacy of Shrine. Earlier this week, you shared in your conference that as you were creating your art portfolio and filling out college applications this fall, you realized that you had stopped, and I quote, trying to be someone who's perfect, and you started focusing on becoming someone who had the potential to grow. You have succeeded in that goal, Theo. Congratulations. My last graduate is Avery Rendon. Avery is one of the few students at Valley New School to not attend in consecutive years. He came in 7th grade, and then he came back as a junior and senior. Changed a few things up, still on the same creative path. Learned a few things along the way. In 7th grade, he studied budgies and came to own several. He played in the Madison Middle School Orchestra, and he participated in a year-long play reading group. You and I would have gotten to be in a theater production together, but COVID hit. In that fall of 2020, he transferred to Madison Middle School, and he then continued education for 2 more years at Appleton East. The social norms of large traditional high schools proved difficult and even harrowing at times. It began to affect his schoolwork and mental health. So Avery made the very courageous choice to switch paths in the middle of his high school career and return to Vienna's. It's a good decision. He worked to achieve personal wellness and cultivate creativity. During our first all-school meeting last fall, when he returned, Avery was in a hot seat, which is a thing we do where everybody sits in a circle, the entire school, and one person sits in a rotating chair and has questions fired at them. Avery said at that time he was back and he wanted to draw and write stories, and he had a new artistic pursuit, taxidermy. All 3 of those endeavors became independent research projects. He proposed taxidermy immediately, and then we waited. And we waited. Because we had to contact a whole lot of local hunters and trappers before we finally found 1 or 2 that were willing to give animals. In the meantime, he completed a comprehensive plan for an animated series, a project that included character drawings, detailed backstories, maps, and in-depth plot progressions. And then in February, he got the call that he was waiting for. And we drove to New London to pick up a full coyote, a head, a tail, and an opossum we found on the side of the highway. Yes, we stopped. The coyote went into our freezer at Valley New School. The science room became a tanning studio, and he immersed himself in researching how to preserve animal hides and bones. There was some research, some books, some videos, some trial and error. The first project last year was the opossum. Avery and all of us learned that this can be a stinky process. And that I almost at the Valley New School and neighbors at ASCO. I'm so sorry if any of you work there. We also learned that, Avery and I learned at least that, some YouTubers claim to be experts, but they maybe aren't professional and sitting there doing everything the way we should. During that time, Avery also experimented with painting and drawing on bones, seeking ways to utilize as many parts of an animal as possible, juxtaposing bones with human methods of marking territory such as graffiti. This all led to this year's senior capstone project entitled Dead Animals and Carcass Art. The coyote came out of the fridge and it became a piece of rogue taxidermy, which is in the school today. Avery also stepped out of his comfort zone to work with live sources, finding great joy and learning with Cam at Wild Game. Shout out to them out in Medina. Go see it if you have taxidermy jobs. Avery will continue working there during the summer. Avery wants to get involved in the community. So not only will the coyote stay with us, but he hosted an art show and involved many of the other students in that endeavor. Over the 3 years that you've been here, you've grown your community membership. It is not typical that seniors are new student mentors, but Avery asked to serve as one this year, demonstrating his readiness to share his skills with others. This past summer, he also served the wider community as one of the CARES Student Research Fellows, and this year participated in Allies Assemble. You've grown yourself. Avery, you're ready. A few more things to wrap up in the next couple of weeks, and in the fall, you will head off to the School of the Art Institute in Chicago with fortitude and perseverance and his cat, Juniper. Congratulations.
From the beginning of my life, I never thought that I would get this far, especially in my many mental health struggles and a few times almost losing my life. I never thought I would get this far. I just want to thank all you guys for being there and supporting me.
Shake it off a bit, shake it out, we're almost there. Turn to the side, make a funny face at somebody around you, smile, blow, just take a little break. Just a second, Rachel. First I want to say that there's a unique phenomenon at Valley New School. When students enter as juniors, they're often coming from years of the traditional system. And they see Valley New School as a breath of fresh air. It's a chance to finish high school in a new and unexpected way. This year, for the first time, I have the honor of celebrating 3 graduates who all joined as juniors. Each one embraced their time here fully and made it their own. First is Rachel. Once upon a time, a young woman walked through the doors of Valley New School, and on her personal agreement sheet declared her word for the year, which is, you go low, I go lower. I was scared. It gives you a pretty clear picture of where she was at. Rachel had some healing to do. There was early turmoil, yes, but then she started digging into her projects. She lit up when she could choose her own path. She didn't just read about history, she lived history. She convinced her dad to drive her to Chicago to trace Al Capone's footsteps, to Springfield to walk where Lincoln walked, and all the way to Gettysburg to stand on a Civil War battlefield. That's experiential learning, kids. Thanks, Dad. Something else started to shift too. Her care for others grew. This year, she chose communication and accountability as her words for the year. A transformation was underway. She began volunteering consistently with Saving Paws, showing up at 5:30 a.m. for that shift to care for lonely cats and dogs. She'll tell you, loving those kitties got her through. She also gave time to Beaming, Riverview Gardens, and Mountains of Hope. Remember, she was a junior. And then she did something even more powerful. She brought those opportunities to others. She helped create orientation sessions so her classmates could join in her service. Anybody here go to Save Paws on account of Rachel? Yeah. Then came her senior project, cancer, because of her grandma. The topic, the research, the life sources, the empathy all converged. I stood next to her as we toured the Theta Care Cancer Center, led by the director herself. We stepped into the wig and prosthetic salon, and I watched something click. Right there, Rachel made up her mind to combine her talent with cosmetology, notice the nails, with new sense of purpose. Oncology-focused cosmetology is a thing, and I saw it, it became her goal. She has great potential in this area. There aren't many around. Since then, she started a regimen of volunteering regularly at the Cancer Center. She'll continue throughout the summer and has even earned a scholarship from them for this work. This is a young woman who once struggled with engagement and respect. And now she shows ownership in her education, seeks out opportunities, and takes full responsibility. She wrote in her end-of-year reflection, "Finally, I am really proud of myself. I pushed myself out there. I got more credits than last year. I really opened up. I had an open mindset to trust." Rachel, your resilience is inspiring. Keep your vision strong and chase it going back. Congratulations. Let me tell you about Tegan Hurley. Tegan is deeply reflective. She's kept journals for years and plans to keep them forever, so that when she's old, she can look back on the detailed personal story of her life. That tells you a lot. She pays attention. She lives with meaning. And she's always growing. Just take a look at the books she read at Valley New School this year for literature. The name: Atomic Habits, Secret Life of Bees, one of my favorites, The Four Agreements, The Woman in Me, Britney Spears' autobiography, Spiritual Sayings of Khalil Gibran, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, The Secret History. It's an eclectic, powerful mix. I was so impressed, showing Tegan's hunger for insight, self-knowledge, and truth. As part of her senior project, titled Living Sustainably, Tegan wrote a letter to Appleton Mayor Jake Woodford. Here's an excerpt. "Dear Mayor Woodford, I am writing to bring attention onto a growing issue, textile waste and the overconsumption of clothing. Appleton has made great strides in sustainability, but textile waste remains an overlooked issue. Raising public awareness and introducing hands-on initiatives could make a meaningful impact." That paragraph tells you so much. Tegan studies what matters. She cares deeply about the world, and she's not afraid to speak up. From the moment she arrives, Tegan approached her work with enthusiasm, that gratitude incoming juniors bring, coachability and curiosity. She discovered a passion for environmental science. She did projects on humane animal farming, she visited one, gardening, she planted one, food preservation, she picked lots of stuff, and service learning of urban gardens. She turns research into action. Your intellectual courage is matched by a kind of steady spirit. She doesn't judge. Right? She doesn't judge. Her quiet confidence lifts those around her, including me. She's the kind of learner who doesn't shy away from revision, even when it's inconvenient or challenging. She listens, she adapts, she evolves. Tegan, thank you for bringing your depth, your warmth, and your quiet leadership to us. You've made your mark here, and we can't wait to see the life you continue to write, one thoughtful page at a time. A quote from her: "Educated people are very important. I will become one." Next chapter, UW Milwaukee. Congratulations, Tegan. Nathan's turn. Come on up, Nathan. Whew. Just a few days ago, we were doing Nathan's literature assessment, and he said something that piqued my interest. I never finished a book or read aloud before my literature projects at VNS. It's still my heart. That's a big statement, so I asked, I was like, what else have you not done before coming here? And he said, well, till now I never built my own projects. I never knew how to write an essay well. I never led a group. I never started my own business. Remarkable and true. Nathan came to Valley New School for all the right reasons. In his words, I realized I needed to make some major changes to get back on track and handle my responsibilities better. He was pretty reserved at first, though, quiet, observant. And so when he took the Myers-Briggs personality test in advisory, I was surprised when it came back ESFP, the entertainer. I was like, spontaneous, energetic, enthusiastic, Nathan, really? And then I started to notice that every single time we played anything in advisory, apples to apples, werewolf, trivia, any other thing I can't think of, Nathan crushed us every time and loved it every minute. He demanded the attention of it. It was fun to see him become more outgoing and confident by playing up to that strength. He also found space here to explore interests like sports and cooking, where we were lucky recipients of bologna sauce, panna cotta, other delicious dishes that he brought for community lunches and picnics. And he also built real academic skills as he researched physics of baseball, evolution of basketball, and the intricacies of fishing. For his senior project, he went full entrepreneur. With help from his dad and some really effective use of live experts, he launched his own e-commerce website, VintageVaultOnline.com, where he's now selling collectible games and sports memorabilia. There you go. Hope they got that one. The Entertainer. Yes, you should check it out. Nathan is learning what it means to take a bull by the horns and own his path forward. You should have seen him recently tackling his math course head on. Nathan, thank you for being coachable and committed to growth. You've come a long way, and the best part is that you're just getting started. Congratulations.
Alright. Well, at first I didn't know if I was gonna say anything or not, but I realized that this was probably the only time I'll ever be able to say anything. I really just want to say thank you to my family that stood with me. This is a huge change. I moved here after my sophomore year, and went to a brand new school that I was never a part of before, and it was just a very new experience. I wanted to say thank you to my dad. He was there with me the whole entire time, even though he could be stubborn with me sometimes. It was nice to have someone that I knew that cared. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Make a new guy go last. I only said 2 minutes. And that's what the AIMSO stands for? I do want to start by just saying thank you to the Valley School community. By the way, you look great tonight, so well done on that. But arriving here is mid-year, was a little bit of a learning curve, and I just appreciate the patience, and I appreciate the guidance. I kind of joked about going last, but honestly, following probably the 3 most talented people I've ever worked with, I wasn't scared until right now. So, and I mean that. You guys are amazing, and I'm so privileged to work with you. Our next graduate is Maya Evans. When asked to describe Milo, his fellow advisors didn't hesitate. Genuine, cool, caring, and my favorite, Milo was sunshine. When Milo started Valley New School 2.5 years ago, it was all of those qualities that helped make an instant impact on our community. Milo may not have expected to find an extended family, but it didn't take long. The way he treats people with warmth, curiosity, and sincerity naturally builds friendships that will end up lasting a lifetime. For me, stepping in as a new advisor, that presence meant a lot. Milo made me feel welcome immediately, like it's all going to be okay. There were plenty of moments when I wasn't sure how this whole operation operated. Milo never made me feel like I was a nuisance or that he drew some type of short straw for having to train a new guy midway through the year. You were always reassuring. Our conversations were always reassuring, hopefully for the both of us. And after meeting with you, I always felt like, we got this. Which speaks to Milo's true gift, which is lifting others up. His projects have been just as thoughtful and diverse. Over the course of his career at Valley New School, Milo learned about the psychology of alienation, did a project on psychology of music, studied the Cuban Missile Crisis, jumped into constitutional law, and finished with landscape architecture and masonry. I've been told that there's an interesting piece on koalas out there. I have not been allowed to see this or read this. I can only imagine it's about how cute and harmless they are. There will be a koala callback this morning. And then there was his speech, an honest and vulnerable and wise reflection on overcoming fear. That speech stuck with people because it came from someone who lives what he says, someone who faces their fear with integrity, chooses courage, and someone who could possibly be described as cool, caring, genuine, sunshine. Milo, thank you
for being a true friend to many, a generous collaborator, a quiet leader. Your presence has made Valley New School a better, kinder place. Your legacy, the way you've lifted others, stayed true to yourself, and led with quiet courage, will continue to inspire long after you graduate. Before I end, I do have some words from Dr. Wallace that I would like to read to you. And reading a doctor's paragraph is sometimes a little more difficult to say. My life, this is Dr. Wallace, I don't know what he sounds like, otherwise I didn't make that voice. My life, from the moment we bent the rules and allowed you to enroll mid-year, you kept us on our toes. You never failed to make the advisory and me laugh and think critically about so many parts of life that you regularly ask good and challenging questions. Thinking critically will serve you well in life and is one of the reasons why it's part of the VNS rubric. You are a person who easily connects with others, and that will also help you a lot in life. In many ways, that friendliness helped build an important part of the VNS culture in our neighborhood. I appreciate that you have so many interests. For example, I now know way more about koalas than I ever dreamed of. I need to read that piece of everything. Perseverance is another key trait of successful adults. Remember your goal from the beginning of the year, to not be your own worst enemy. And you'll succeed in life. Congrats on your graduation. Milo, both Dr. Waltz and I are extremely proud of you, and you're going to excel at whatever journey you take, which is Washington. I knew that word. Lincoln University. It's the best thing.
I just want to thank everyone for coming tonight. You're all so lovely. I was going to be in this 2.5 years ago, and that has turned out to be one of the best decisions I ever could make. It has directly or indirectly helped me meet some of the best people in my life. If you are here for me or another graduate, I just want to thank you. I really want to thank the people that were here for me. Thank you for letting me do homework at your house. And trying to finish my courses until way too late. I really appreciate everything you guys have done for me. I will repeat.
Our next graduate is Phoebe Tarnowski. Hey, Phoebe. All right. Phoebe has the ability of turning the ordinary into something meaningful, noticing details others might miss, always trying to find the art in everything. When researching the projects that Phoebe has taken on, the main themes are pretty clear. Phoebe is going to chase creativity and try to create something meaningful and artistic. That's been Phoebe at Valley New School for the past 6 years. One of our first conversations was about the Beatles, and the question of who could have possibly been the fifth Beatle. This probably happened maybe my 3rd week in school, and at that point I'm thinking to myself, I'm having a high-level conversation about the Beatles, and at that point I'm just like, everything's going to be all right. So I appreciate that conversation. But that moment stuck, not just because of the topic, but because of the energy Phoebe brought to it. Curious, passionate, thoughtful, and funny. Phoebe has explored so much here, through projects on music, visual art, video games, European culture, and senior capstone on the cinematic storytelling that was not only deeply creative, but loved by peers. While that senior project showcased a few creative scenes creative music. It was a short clip on an out-of-control forklift that really captured the hearts of the community. That capsule was a culmination of everything Phoebe brings to this community: depth, imagination, vulnerability, and a desire to make something that truly connects. But beyond projects, Phoebe has been a steady, caring presence. Someone who may not always feel self-assured, but continues to show up with kindness, creativity, and quiet strength. I personally thank Phoebe for making my transition to VNS as seamless as possible, and immediately accepting me as a new advisor. There's something powerful in the way that Phoebe makes space for others, through music, conversation, humor, and attention to detail. An end-of-the-year picnic becomes a photo shoot. A casual chat becomes a meaningful memory. A playlist, a gift. Phoebe demonstrates that leadership can be soft-spoken, that courage can come with shaky hands, and that being yourself is enough. Thank you, Phoebe, for the terrific stories, the art, the music, the care, and the way you've helped make this a better place. Here's to whatever beautiful, unpredictable, art-filled chapter that comes next. You've already created something unforgettable here at Valley View School. And now, some words from Dr. Wallace. I am going to say this something different, just because it matches. Hi, Phoebe. This is the ghost of Dr. Wallace, here to haunt you at graduation. I swear that's the first name. I may look and sound like Mr. Bush, but imagine this is my voice with a lot less hair on my head. I promise I didn't put that line in. That was no joke. But I am proud of you. I always knew you could do it. From my first interactions with you, I was impressed with your creativity and your love of making things, whether music or digital media. Many times, at the assessment table, I didn't fully understand what you were talking about, but that's the beauty of project-based learning. The student becomes the master and teaches others what they've learned. I did finally come to understand Blender. I also appreciate your honesty in evaluating yourself. Your blogs were always fun to read. Yes, I actually said it, because you were so honest with how you were doing, and your rubric marks were always very thoughtful. Finish strong, and the best of luck wherever life takes you. Phoebe, we're extremely proud of you. Congratulations.
I just want to thank everyone who has been very formative to me throughout my life, but also throughout my transformation over the last year and a half or so. Really, come out of my shell. It doesn't really seem like it's whispering in the mic.
Now, as a very special portion of our presentation, the scholarship portion, this evening we will offer 2 scholarships. The first, I would like to invite Ms. Dawn Hodges to the stage to present a Phase 2 scholarship. Thank you.
I know that happy to be here tonight because of Rachel. Rachel is receiving one of our healthcare scholarships that Medicare Appleton volunteers created. Our scholarships go to serving Allegheny High School seniors who plan to pursue a career in healthcare and attend a university or college in Wisconsin. And why do we say they have to go to a Wisconsin school? Because research says about 50% of the people who go to a school in their home state tend to stay in their home state. So we need all the healthcare professionals we can get in Wisconsin and not lose them to Minnesota, Illinois, Massachusetts, or wherever. So that's one of our stipulations. Daycare volunteers have been around for 71 years. The organization was created even before there was a hospital. People in the community decided there should be an alternative to St. Elizabeth Hospital. And the women were allowed to, this is 1950s, the women were allowed to organize a group and pledge to raise $50,000 to help build this new hospital. They did raise that money, and they even sewed curtains for patient rooms. I don't know where those curtains went. I've never been there when there have been curtains really on the windows. They even cleaned to help open the hospital on time. But I'm here tonight to talk about Rachel. She, her healthcare goal, as I understand it, is to become a registered nurse and work in the cancer field, which we all know that that's really a growing concern. She'll be attending Fox Valley Tech right now. And Valley New School, you know, is a place to give students, I don't want to say second chance, but for them to really, truly be successful. And no matter how good Valley New School is, it's the student that needs to be successful. And Rachel has shown that she's determined, she perseveres, and she's done the hard work to make her successful. And we're so proud of her. We know that the staff here believes greatly in Rachel and know, Rachel, that our volunteers do too. We just are expecting wonderful things from you. We're happy that you're going into healthcare. We don't really want to be her patients that she's working on, but I'm sure there's plenty of other people that will be patients that you will care for. And nurses kind of run the hospital, like you've been in a hospital recently. They're the ones that everyone depends on and knows what's going on and are really helpful for the patients. So we're just thrilled to give you this scholarship for $1,500. And congratulations, Rachel.
And now David Duddick will present the Valley New School Scholarship.
Good evening, I'm David Devin, former advisor at Valley New School, retired a long time ago. And let's see, stepping on as president of the governing board. This is one of my favorite times of the year, is the Valley New School graduation. Because not only do we get a glimpse into the journey of each graduate, we're able to see the overall impact of Valley New School, learning community that fosters curiosity, growth, and a shared commitment to making a difference. Each year, the Valley New School Scholarship Committee, this year consists of myself, Professor Ken Zadwick, and Assistant Superintendent Mike Hernandez, reads and reviews applications for the $500 BNS scholarship. Every BNS student has an interesting story, and this year's applicants were no exception. I was personally impressed that all the essays talked about the importance of process, community, and service to others. These areas were evident both in their academic journeys and their actions within and outside of BNS. It made for a difficult decision. This year's recipients stated that, quote, readiness is not a requirement for making a difference. That impact isn't made by those who have it all figured out, but by those who are willing to try. The 2025 BNS scholarship goes to Evelina Silva.
But how illogical to hate myself so often I'm impressed. You'll never love me like the next. There's no camaraderie between us like there is between two girls. You know I'm socialized just like the boys. I've never felt like one. I'll be honest, my broad shoulders rarely fit clothes I want. But there's a connection between my eating and wearing all that shit I need. So excuse me for a few days, cause my chest is ready to explode. And what a shame you had to drive home alone. And when I see you, I will try to keep this dumped to myself. But I have an apology to make, and it's preemptive. I am incentivized to skip the steak with Charles Day for breakfast. And I remember when I left you, I was sensitive. I might have dropped out for a few minutes. My chest is ready to explode. And what a shame you had to drive home alone. And when I see you, I will try to keep this dumb shit to myself. It's starting to snow in Neenah. I miss my house, I miss my brothers. I've been spending time with my mother and my dad. I rarely see him so often.
Thanks for being a caring and attentive audience. As we farewell, please join us in the lobby for some cozy corner comfort food, some pictures, and more sharing with the graduates. Now, please, graduates, stand if you are able. You are free to move your tassel from the left to the right to the left because you are graduates. Congratulations. Thanks again. The exit song will come on as soon as possible and we'll exit.